Hello, I'm Elgato, and today I wanted to talk about one of the big mysteries of the Minecraft update Aquatic. So everyone is excited about the 1.13 or 1.4 update for some reason, whichever feature you're most excited about. However, there's a feature that most people don't even know about, let alone care about, or really know too much about, because there is two brand new blocks coming in this update that you've probably never heard about, the Cave Air and the Void Air. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about these two blocks, when exactly they came out, because it was a solid 3 months ago now, and what exactly they might do in the future, because it's never been explained by anyone at Mojang. So hopefully you all enjoy this video, but let's get straight into explaining why these two blocks exist and what the heck Cave Air or Void Air even means, because they are both variants, or they're both based on in some way the current existing air block. So air is a really confusing block to explain in Minecraft because it's only existed since the 1.7 update, and it was something they added to replace any non-space in your Minecraft world, so that every single part of your Minecraft world is made up of some block. All the blocks that exist in the world, the natural generation, the blocks you've placed, and then every other block that isn't filled with anything currently has air in there instead. So yeah, the air block technically doesn't really do anything. It's just a way to make the game, render faster. It's a weird technical change, but it's really interesting because they added air to the game to replace non-blocks and then made it so you could see air in certain situations, such as with structure blocks. But let's talk about how they've changed this as of the 1.13 update, because they've really given air its first use indirectly, as something that makes sense as a block, and they've also changed air, in a lot of places, replaced it in a lot of places, so that it exists as one of these other two types of blocks. So yeah, as of 18W06, they made a very short, very technical update. There weren't any major features in there, but they decided to add two new blocks in this update, again, technically kind of secretly, Minecraft Cave Air and Minecraft Void Air. So both of these blocks were added in this game as a technical kind of thing, and then as of any worlds generated after, February 9th onwards, in the snapshot versions of Minecraft, they would now, instead of just having air everywhere all over their world, they would instead have two brand new types of air. Cave Air, again, as you can probably expect, it's found in caves, and then there's something called Void Air, which is meant to be found anywhere where the void is, i.e. below y=0, and anywhere above y255. So basically, now Minecraft has three distinct areas for, air, right? There's meant to be, the Void Air, which technically is most of your world, but you're never going to see it. There is Cave Air, which is found in those caves below the ground, and then there is air found anywhere else in your world. However, the actual, way this works is Cave Air is found in any underground generated structure, so effectively, like anywhere below y64 that is meant to have something, now has Cave Air instead of regular air, and then obviously air just takes up the rest of the world. So we're going to focus on these two types, because although Void Air might have its real own purpose eventually, maybe it's meant to signify like being in space or whatever, because but when you fall out of your Minecraft world, there's nothing, and it slowly starts to kill you, so maybe Void Air just exists for that purpose, as a way to clarify, like, look, if you want to have a block that can kill people, this will be that. Again, right now, it doesn't do anything, but you can easily see why Void Air might need to exist to, represent the void in a form of blocks, even though they're outside the Minecraft world. But Cave Air is the really interesting one here, because Cave Air was added all this time ago, and still, 3 months later, has not been touched in a single way. So, given that Cave Air doesn't really seem to do anything officially different, let's talk about the air block as a whole, because the air now finally does something in Minecraft, kind of. I mean, you can argue it's just the absence of something, but basically now, when you go underwater, and you need to, you use up your water bar, the bubbles go down. When you go to the top of the water, you can slowly breathe in more. I mean, again, it's just your bubble milk filling up, but the in-game law of it all is that you breathe more, and then you'll fill up your bubble bar. You can fill up the amount of, water that you can drink again at the surface of the water, because you're in air. So, presumably, given that this is a useful air, again, it currently works for Cave Air right now, there might be something different between this and the, Cave Air block itself, because, again, even though there's no technical difference in the game right now between the two, there's no official difference between how fast you can breathe. At some point, they might make some distinct differences between the two, because if you think about it, Cave Air, or anything found inside an underground structure, again, just picture a cave that's not connected to the surface right now. If you breathe in that air, at some point, you're going to be able to breathe out all of the oxygen in that air. What will that change? Will that stop you from being able to regenerate your, your bubble meter? Will it stick where it is right now? Will you start to, choke even when you're in the cave and not necessarily in the water? I'm not too certain personally, but that's the only real difference I can imagine they'll have between the two things, because Cave Air obviously is going to be something that's finite, whereas, Minecraft Air is going to be an infinite thing that could always fill itself up. So maybe at some point there'll be some key difference there, and if you, let's say you breathe up all of the air inside a cave, would it be impossible to start fires because there's no oxygen in there? Again, there's all these big questions, that have to be answered at some point, and honestly, we might not see real answers until they do, and the reason I say that is because they added underwater caves, one of the most significant, underwater, redesigns we've seen for quite some time, that would, it utilizes Cave Air. There is, Cave Air inside them sometimes, but is that important? Does that affect anything? No. Cave Air and air are identical as far as the game is concerned, and the crazy thing about it is that if you look at the official release for Minecraft 18W06, the one that, Dinnerbone wrote on the Minecraft website, they don't make a single reference to Cave Air there. They don't make a single reference to the fact that they changed air into 3 separate blocks, They added 2 brand new technical cool things to Minecraft, didn't mention on the official changelog. The only reason we found out is because if you expect the game and you find out that, like, oh yeah, certain areas that have different things, and also, you know, again, it's on the changelogs and the Minecraft wiki and other places that aren't, you know, just using the official press release, but it's really, really interesting that there is this brand new thing, hasn't been touched, might not be touched for quite some time, and the only thing I can think is that it's either just a future-proofing thing. Again, Air has existed now for several years and hasn't gone anywhere, but maybe they're just, like, future-proofing it, so at some point they can change that, or maybe the second part of that is that maybe if they are planning an underground update, because that's what a lot of people are theorizing about, you know, one of the future updates will be, if they're planning an underground update, then maybe Cave Air does need to be different, and making it happen now means that the update's kind of future-proof, because now any world generated from 1.13 onwards is going to have Cave Air in there, so pretty much every world by the time 1.14 or 1.15 rolls around will have Cave Air, you know, enabled, which means that they don't have to retroactively roll something out, like they did with Oceans, with Kelp and stuff, and that could be really smart future-proofing, or alternatively, you know, because we've got, like, the skeptic in me says they're never going to do anything with it, the really excited part of me goes, yeah, they're planning a huge update in the future, or maybe it's somewhere in between where they've done it now and they're going to come back to it at some point because they just figured, why not? It'll be kind of fun, someone enjoy the technical change, and honestly, I think this is one of those situations where we don't know the mystery of these two brand new blocks, we just know what they look like, i.e. nothing, we just know what they do, i.e. nothing, and we just know that at some point we might know. So for now, leave your prediction in the comments down below so that when it does happen, you can be all smart, like, look, I predicted this all the way back then, because who doesn't love doing that on the internet? And I hope you all enjoyed this video regardless. Like it if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let us know you do enjoy these sorts of videos, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.